Hey everybody, it's Matt here, and today we're doing another episode of Toku Station. And some of you longtime fans who are watching this through our TokuDragon channel might notice that the camera angle, the camera shot is a little bit different. Usually it's over there, now it's over here. The reason why is because I wanted to try something a little bit different and kind of see how that looks compared to some of our earlier episodes. And some of you watching can also tell the lighting is changing, so I'm gonna love taking a look at that in post. And for those of you listening in, this episode, actually the first episode that will be on our Podbean, which is those guys' radio, none of this talk of lighting matters to you. So hopefully the rest of the content is a lot more meaningful. But it took a little bit of a hiatus, by the way, some of you may have noticed, and due to general scheduling conflicts, and then also due to I'll just call it the hellscape that we're in right now. But either way, what does matter is that I need a drink of water. I'll take that in just a second. And also some of the stories, kind of, we're doing the news here, talking about the news that has come out this month, trying to do one per month starting this month, talking about Toei Tokusatsu World, the YouTube channel, some of what is and isn't on it and what that even means, Tokushoutsu, what that even means, and some of the interesting shows that are coming to Tokushoutsu, some breaking news there that we'll get to in a little bit. Also some good news regarding Kitama Red, very hard to pronounce that name only due to the fact that I don't watch Major. See, that's how you know that I'm not watching it. And also another show that is coming to Tokushoutsu as well. So we're going to get to that in a second. But I'm going to put on my glasses that make me look like an anime character. Again, for those of you listening in, this means nothing, but the light reflects. Thank you, water bottle. See, I have a captive audience here. So the light reflects off of my glasses, essentially turning me into an anime character. Now, let's talk about Tokushoutsu before we get to some breaking news. So if you don't know what Tokushoutsu is, it is a name that is very hard for me to pronounce. There's nothing against Shout at all, or Shout Factory, Shout TV, nothing, no problem with them. Okay, it's just that is a very hard name to pronounce. Good looking logo, hard name. Every time I want to get it right, I usually say Tokushitsu, so I have to try to just kind of sit there, close my eyes, say it over and over. The only way I can say it right now, for the most part, is saying Tokushoutsu, but I don't think that's how they wanted me to say it. So Tokushoutsu is a Tokusatsu streaming channel. Now, I don't know if I want to necessarily call it a streaming service, because it's actually a channel that works, it's Pluto TV working with Shout Factory TV, and they air, and it's internet, by the way, so you can go on Pluto TV on their website. I do believe you have to be in the US, yes, but you can go on their website, and on their website, essentially, they have a bunch of channels listed as if it's a television station, and you can go to channel 681 to find anything from Shout Factory, but of course things like Super Sentai as well, and Kamen Rider. Oh, that's right, yes, if you didn't know, Kamen Rider, which the breaking news that we're talking about right now is the fact that Kamen Rider Kuuga is going to be airing on Tokushoutsu. Now, I'll be talking about the original Kamen Rider a little bit later in the off chance that you haven't heard about that yet. But again, breaking news here with Kuuga, this is awesome. So this is actually going to become, so this was announced on the Tokushoutsu's official Twitter account on April 28th, that on May 1st, which is this Friday, so if you're listening to this and watching this as this comes out on the channel and also on our Podbean, that means that this is coming out tomorrow on the Tokushoutsu channel. I'm somehow just as hyped for it as I am mixed, which is a weird combo, and I'll explain the mixed part a little bit later. The hyped part is because of the fact that we are legally getting Kuuga subtitled in the US. How can you not be hype about that? Even if you don't like Kuuga, which, really? But even if you don't like Kuuga, the fact that we're getting more Tokusatsu legally subbed in the US, specifically Kamen Rider, which I thought it was gonna really be, not that it was never gonna happen, but it was gonna be very, very, very hard to get something like that out here because there's no US equivalent, like with Ultraman and with Super Sentai. It's amazing to see it here. Now, it's going to air on the Pluto TV channel, Tokushoutsu, see, told you it was hard, on Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. Pacific Time. Again, remember, channel 681. And so because there is, at this point, it is only airing on Tokushoutsu, to me, that's where I'm a little iffy with it. And it's only due to the fact that look, I'm not saying I'm against the TV. We still have cable here, still have DVR. If it were up to me, we wouldn't, but we still do. I live with family, we have cable here. But it's the fact that I just personally, even if they only released, let's say, 5 per week, I would be a bigger fan if they released this on either their streaming service, their exclusive streaming service, or potentially even through other streaming websites, other streaming means, maybe a partnership with Crunchyroll or something like that. But look, beggars can't be choosers here. I'm going to be real with you. All right, beggars cannot be choosers. So I'm not saying I'm not going to be watching at 7 p.m. on Friday, because I'm going to set a reminder on my phone berating myself basically about 5 to 10 minutes before, saying, hey, do it, watch it. So I'm going to do that, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, I do feel like, I'm a little bit worried that maybe it does not get watched as much as it should. Now, if it does, and I'm proven wrong, who cares, right? I'm just someone on the internet. So maybe I'm wrong and this gets an amazing amount of viewers, great traction, and they do this for other Kamen Rider shows in the future, and then eventually it gets put on other streaming services, maybe Shouts, something like that. So if that, and also to be fair, this is a new streaming platform of some type, channel of some type, if you want to call it. I don't know where it fits. Technically, it is a channel, but it's also on online, so it's just in this weird middle ground. If I understand why they're going to want to promote Kuuga on this, because it's new, it's theirs. They're not gonna put this out there, Tokushoutsu out there, and then not have anything exclusive to it. So obviously it makes sense. It's just that I feel like we're moving away from scheduled television, where and don't get me wrong, I don't dislike Pluto. I actually have found some very interesting channels on there. There's like a Naruto channel, there's an anime channel, there are some horror movie channels, so I'm enjoying what I've seen on Pluto. But I feel like I enjoy the idea that I could turn it on and be like, oh, let me catch a movie. And it's all free, by the way. I should have mentioned that much earlier. It's all free internet television. And it's all legal. It might, for some of you older fans out there like myself, you're like, this doesn't sound legit. It actually is legit. I believe it's owned by NBC. Let me check that right now, but I'm pretty sure Pluto is owned by NBC or Viacom. But either way, what matters is that, yes, it is 100% free. Yeah, Viacom CBS. So it is, but it's just, I believe that there are ads at certain points, but it is still 100% free, and you get hundreds of different channels. And again, there's no subscription of any kind. Like, you don't have to put in a credit card or anything like that. This isn't me promoting Pluto, by the way. Like, this isn't a paid sponsorship or anything like that, or any kind of sponsorship. So either way, tell me what you all think down below. Are you hyped for this? Are you not hyped for this? Would you have wanted maybe more episodes at once? Do you hope that maybe in the future they air maybe an hour of Kuuga per week instead of just 30 minutes? We're assuming that it's only 30 minutes of Kuuga. We don't know if it will be an hour a week. I'm assuming, by the way, it's not going to, they're not going to just air a random marathon from 7 p.m. until it's done. If they do, well, I'm gonna get some coffee, and I'm gonna have a long 2 days or something like that. But we'll see what happens. I personally think that it'll be airing maybe one per week. That's kind of what I was in this whole section, in this whole story. I was assuming that they were going for one a week, but if they just air it just straight up, just the whole dang thing, well, that's a different story. I will admit, but we'll see what happens. So again, tell me what all of you think down in the comment section down below.